folks, BoDean 52. Hope you are well. So this is my 2000 Road King Classic. Goes by the name of Duke. I've had Duke about 2 years now. And you know what? I wonder, when the person that bought this bike 22 years ago and paid, I don't know what it was worth then, 8, 10, 12 grand, do you think they had certain expectations about the bike? Now, fast forward, this is my 2021 Road Glide Limited. $30,000 motorcycle, and I had some expectations when I bought the bike. Now, I get it. It's a Harley, so you know what you're getting into, but there's one thing that just isn't right. Let's talk about it.
So, 2 years ago, when I bought my 2000 Road King Classic used, I knew what I was getting into. I really did, right? I knew it was an older motorcycle. I knew it was going to rumble. I knew it was going to shake. I mean, that's one of the things that I love about it. It's a little chilly out there, folks, for boating, isn't it? But I knew what I was getting into. You know, when you hit a bump or taking a corner on the old Road Glide, you kind of know it. Even though I got to tell you what, it is a nimble motorcycle. Maybe that's because the weight is a couple hundred pounds less than my Road Glide Limited here. But yeah, I knew what I was getting into, right? I knew it was an older bike. Knew I had to put some work into it. You know, I knew what I was getting, and I was happy about it. Damn happy, and I'm still happy about it, right? Now, I wonder if people back in 2000, and I tried to actually, believe it or not, look this up, on what that thing went for retail back then. And I just don't know. I couldn't find it. But I'm going to imagine, let's say, 8 to 12 grand maybe? What do you guys think? 8 to 12 grand? This is riveting information and riveting video here while I'm sitting waiting for these people, isn't it? But I knew what I was getting into with that bike, right? Now, back then, I understand technology is a little bit different. So maybe there's somebody that had that bike for 4 or 5 years and are doing or did kind of the same video I'm doing right now, which is I'm a little disappointed in something with Harley. So that's number one. Knew what I was getting into. So now let's move forward onto this motorcycle. And first, let me say that I am a Harley guy. I'll always be a Harley guy. I don't care what you ride. If I get a third bike, could it not be a Harley? Potentially, right? But I love my 2 Harley Davidson motorcycles. I occasionally buy the overpriced t-shirts. I got way too many Harley hats. And I do buy some stuff from the Harley dealership. So, I'm a Harley guy. And when I bought this bike, mostly for touring, and for 2-up with my bride, Mrs. BoDean, hopefully the weather breaks and she'll be out here a little more with me, because I know those folks that follow the channel like seeing her a little bit more than me. I knew the Harley way of what I was getting into. So, what does that mean? So that means that I am going to, let's say the motorcycle is roughly 30 grand. Give or take $1,000 or $2,000, whatever, right? A lot of money. It's a big motorcycle payment. By the way, my GPS says roadkill in 400 feet. It's a Waze. How sweet is that? I want to know who's reporting roadkill on Waze. That's what I want to really track. But you kind of know what you're getting into, right, when you get the bike. Now, I have done some modifications to all my bikes, pretty much, right? And that's part of it, making it my own. Now, you can argue that that's ridiculous. You can buy a Goldwing or something else that's already together, and you don't have to do that. It's less money. I get all that. That's fine. You're right. This is just my personal preference. And when you get a bike, and you get this bike, the bike stock is still great, right? Okay, let me say good to great, right? The windshield, the seat, I mean, everything. There's nothing on it that you go, man, that really stinks. I have to go change stuff on it, right? Now, if you're a guy like me, and I know many of you that modify the heck out of your Harley Davidson motorcycle, you know that there's going to be a lot of changes to it. There just is. No matter, I did a video when I got rid of my Ultra that said, I'm going to keep it stock, no more changes. People laughed at me. I said, trust me, I'm going to do it. I'm not changing anything. And of course, I modded the hell out of it, right? So, just a few things that, and I'm mentioning these because I'm trying to prove my point about where Harley did us wrong. So, I have put on new mirrors, new bars, all new LED lights. Not happy with the lights that are on Harleys, by the way. New windshield, new seat, new exhaust, or slip-ons, I should say. I have a stage 1 on it. So I did all of those, and I made that choice knowing that that was something that was going to cost me over the $30,000 that I paid for it. I like not to add all those up because then that'll get me even more bothered. So I don't do that. And I have the bike pretty much how I want it right now. Of course, I say that. We'll probably laugh about that in a year. But I really do feel like I have the bike in the condition that I want it. So if you followed my last couple videos, there's 2 things that I've recently done, which was I put on these new bars. So really excited about them. And this guy's going to get me soaked. Dude. You're a lucky man. Chasing that guy down would not make for good video, I'm just thinking, right? So, super excited to have the Factory 47 bars on. And the whole time I'm doing modifications, there's plenty of people that are telling me you need to redo or you need to upgrade the suspension. So, I've been thinking about that for a long time. And if you follow the last video, and I'll put a link to that at the end so you can watch it if you haven't seen it, I put on Legends, Revo A's on the back of the motorcycle. And my buddy Bronco Ride put them on. Harley Day Rider just put them on. A ton of people put them on. And this isn't about Revo A's or Wilburs or any other suspension. It is about the difference. Now, when I first got them on, and right now, it is a freaking game changer. It is night and day. My problem is I didn't know it. And if you're sitting out there right now going, I wonder if I should upgrade my suspension or not. Oh, it doesn't feel that bad. Just wait till you upgrade the suspension. And then you're going to be like me and you're going to make a video about how you're ticked off at Harley Davidson because the suspension, the shocks that they put on a $30,000 motorcycle, in my opinion, is ridiculous. And you're not going to know it until you make the change. And then you're going to all of a sudden go, oh, I remember that bump, or I remember that, or, oh, crap, that hurt, or there's none of that. The best way I can relate it is it's almost like riding in a car from a suspension perspective. You hit a bump and you go, right? But with these, you don't feel that. So, again, going back to the $30,000 motorcycle, I get the business part of it. Trust me, I do. That's what I do for a living, right? I get the supply. Squirrel! Focus, BoDean, focus. Where'd that thing go? I get the supply and demand. I get that we're going to keep buying them and spend money on them. And I get that that has to be what the cost and the price point is for them. Because when you think about it, many of the modifications that we make to the motorcycle are aftermarket. So Harley's not making money on that, right? So they're making money on selling the touring model at that price point, right? So there's two things you do. You either raise prices or lower costs. That's how you make more money. It's just kind of how it is, right? In simplistic terms. So they, I'm assuming, don't want to spend the extra $1,000, which is what it costs for the Revo shocks. Yep, that's pricey. Because they don't want the bike to go from 30 to 31. I get that part of it. And I get we put good bars on it, a good windshield. Hey, the shocks are that bad. The exhaust is fine. I get all of that. But to me, an upgraded suspension, like the LEDs, quite frankly, should be a stock item. So when you get the bike, you know what quality and quality suspension is. And again, like I said at the beginning, I love Harley Davidsons. I love this motorcycle. I love my Road King. I love all kinds of motorcycles. But the more I ride the bike after I change the suspension, the more I'm kind of disappointed in HD. Well, that is it, folks. I was kind of hoping to take this awesome road, not behind a car. But I appreciate you tuning in. I'd love to hear your thoughts back on that. And I know a lot of people are going to say the Harley suspension is junk. And you think, come on. Well, guess what? You compare it to something else, yep, the Harley suspension is junk. That's just one man's take. So love to hear your comments on that. And if there's anything else that you think outside of LED and the suspension that really should be stock, understanding the business part of what they can sell the motorcycle for, I would surely love to hear it. Thanks for tuning in, folks. You be safe out there. Check on a friend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.